watching South Asia Newsline Baltistan. And now for all the details. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi held a crucial conversation with US President Donald Trump, focusing on the evolving security situation in West Asia and the importance of keeping the Strait of Hormuz open. The two leaders also reviewed progress in bilateral ties, reaffirming their commitment to strengthening the India-US Comprehensive Global Strategic Partnership. The Strait of Hormuz remains at the center of concerns as disruptions here could impact oil and gas supplies worldwide. Even as diplomatic efforts continue, India has scored a significant operational milestone. The Indian-flagged LPG vessel Jug Vikram has successfully reached Kandla port in Gujarat, carrying over 20,000 metric tons of liquefied petroleum gas. The vessel's journey is particularly significant as it is the first Indian ship to pass through the Strait of Hormuz after the recent ceasefire between the US and Iran. Its arrival is expected to strengthen India's LPG supply chain. Authorities say efforts are ongoing to ensure the safe return of 15 Indian-flagged vessels still in the region. Meanwhile, India and Germany are stepping up their strategic partnership with a focus on defense, technology and energy security amid growing global uncertainty. India's Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri is in Germany holding high-level consultations aimed at strengthening ties with Germany in what officials describe as a new strategic phase of the partnership. During his visit, Misri engaged with policymakers and leading think tanks discussing key pillars of cooperation between the two nations. The visit follows German Chancellor's recent trip to India, signaling growing momentum in bilateral ties. A major highlight of the discussions was defense cooperation, with both sides exploring co-development and co-production of military hardware under the 2026 Defense Industrial Cooperation Roadmap. In the technology space, the two countries focused on emerging areas such as artificial intelligence ethics, semiconductor supply chains, and data sovereignty. Both nations are now accelerating collaboration on renewable energy, particularly green hydrogen, under their Green and Sustainable Development Partnership. Misri is expected to co-chair the India-Germany Foreign Office consultations, where both sides will work towards finalizing a roadmap for future cooperation, including technology and people-to-people exchanges. And Pakistan's push to once again position itself as a mediator in high-stakes US-Iran talks is raising serious questions, especially after its earlier attempt failed to deliver any results. Despite this, reports suggest that second round of talks could still be held in Islamabad, with the United States considering sending US Vice President J.D. Vance to lead its delegation, along with key figures like Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner. The failure of the first round exposed the limitations of Pakistan's ability to bridge deep divides between Washington and Tehran, particularly on the issue of uranium enrichment, where neither side is willing to budge. While intermediaries have spoken of limited flexibility, Iran has made it very clear that ending enrichment is not negotiable, keeping negotiations locked in a stalemate. For Pakistan, the stakes are high. The first mediation talks were more than just a diplomatic setback. Analysts say the failure highlights the challenges Pakistan faces in acting as a credible mediator. Hosting global talks may project influence, but repeated failures risk undermining its credibility on the world stage. And allegations of electoral manipulation have surfaced in Pakistan-occupied Gilgit-Baltistan, with a prominent rights activist questioning the fairness of the region's democratic process. We have a report.
Human rights advocate Sanj Sering has raised serious concerns over the conduct of elections in Pakistan-occupied Gilgit-Baltistan, alleging systemic irregularities and lack of a defined legal framework. In a video statement, Sering claimed that elections in the region are frequently delayed, often citing reasons such as weather conditions or broader geopolitical developments.
गिलगित बल्तिस्तान में इलेक्शन किसी आईनी कानून के हिसाब से तो होते नहीं हैं। यहाँ पर इलेक्शन जो हैं मुख्तलिफ बहानों से उनको टाला जाता है। एक इंटरिम गवर्नमेंट लाई जाती है जो उनके अपने मनपसंद लोग होते हैं, आईएसआई के अप्रूव्ड लोग होते हैं। ऐसे लोगों के हाथ में फिर कई महीनों तक जो है निज़ाम रहता है।
The activist further alleged that political groups critical of the establishment face significant challenges despite enjoying public support. He also pointed to alleged tactics such as the fielding of multiple independent candidates to divide votes and the use of administrative or legal provisions to restrict certain candidates.
इस इलेक्शन के हवाले से मैं बात करूंगा। एक तो नेशनलिस्ट लोग हैं, एक पाकिस्तान की जो ईरान अरब जंग में जो उसकी पॉलिसी है उसके हिसाब से वहाँ के शिया पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज़ हैं, और तीसरे जो लोग हैं वो इमरान खान की पार्टी से उनका ताल्लुक़ है। तो ये लोग चूँकि इस पॉलिसी के ख़िलाफ़ हैं, इनका जो ग्राफ है काफ़ी ऊपर गया हुआ है, इनके जीतने के चांसेस हैं। तो अब आईएसआई क्या करती है कि वो जो 5-6 महीने के बीच में गैप देती है एक इंटरिम गवर्नमेंट के थ्रू, इसमें फिर वो अपनी मैनिपुलेशन करती है, लोगों के साथ साज़बाज करती है, लोगों के साथ गठजोड़ करती है, ताकि एग्जैक्टली ऐसे कैंडिडेट को जिताया जा सके जो उनकी पॉलिसीज़ को आगे लाते हैं।
India has stepped up its humanitarian outreach to Afghanistan, delivering 13 tons of BCG vaccines aimed at protecting children from tuberculosis. The shipment was handed over to Afghanistan's Ministry of Public Health, reinforcing efforts to combat tuberculosis among children in the country. Confirming the development, India's Foreign Ministry spokesperson Ranveer Jaiswal said the assistance is part of India's continued commitment to humanitarian support for the Afghan people. India has consistently extended aid to Afghanistan, supplying medicines, vaccines and disaster relief materials even in the wake of recent natural disasters. Earlier this month, India sent relief supplies including hygiene kits, tarpaulins and sleeping bags following floods and an earthquake that caused widespread damage to homes and agricultural land. The move highlights India's ongoing engagement with Afghanistan, focusing on humanitarian assistance. India is celebrating a wave of regional New Year festivals with vibrant traditions, spiritual rituals and messages of unity echoing across the country. Take a look.
Vishu celebrations in Kerala saw large numbers of devotees gathered at temples across the state. From early morning, worshippers stood in long queues, offering prayers for prosperity and abundance in the year ahead. The temple premises resonated with traditional music, as priests performed rituals dedicated to Lord Vishnu and his avatar, Lord Krishna.
So the Vishu celebrations here are the most popular, darshans for the devotees, and for Vishukani, people come and be here from 3 o'clock in the morning, and they are lined up here. Behind me you can see a big queue of people to take darshan of the Lord, and this is one of the popular darshans of Lord Krishna here.
Meanwhile, in Assam, celebrations of Rangali Bihu are underway, marking the onset of spring and the agricultural season. The occasion reflects gratitude toward livestock, an integral part of rural life. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi extended greetings of Rangali Bihu. Chief Minister of India's Assam state, Himanta Biswa Sarma, called the festival the heartbeat of life in the state, expressing hope for happiness and renewed energy in every home. From Kerala to Assam, these celebrations underline India's rich cultural heritage, bringing communities together in a shared spirit of gratitude, renewal, and hope.
That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time tomorrow. Good night.